Hi dear students, welcome to CBSE World. For the first time, how human evolved from Africa and how they migrated to Asia and Europe and how they entered to America. Do you know that at what time or which period the human beings migrated to Africa, to Asia and Europe and North America? In today's video, we are going to learn and understand how humans migrated, because as we all know that in our previous video I told you the humans being evolved in Africa, right? From there, they migrate to rest of the Asia and Europe, and later on they moved to South America, North America, and South America. In today's video, we are going to learn all of these things. Okay, right? For the first time, I told you a human being origin from the primates, right? Apes. So it is the Australopithecus. It is the Australopithecus around 2 to 3 million years ago evolved in Africa. From then, our early ancestor, like Homo erectus, he came out of Africa for the first time. He came out of Africa. Who is the terra? Homo erectus. Homo erectus is the human being, our early ancestor. He came out of Africa around 3 lakhs years ago. How many lakhs years ago? 3 lakhs years ago. So, for the first time, if you look at this map, Africa map, it's called dark continent also. Origin of human being around 2 million years ago. From there he went to Europe. From there he went to Asia. Our early ancestors, of course, our early ancestors evolved. Okay, in Africa they migrated to Europe and Asia. It is the Homo erectus who came out of Africa for the first time around 3 lakhs years ago. Around 3 lakhs years ago. And then from there he came to Asia around 1.8 million years ago. Different species like we have our Homo habilis, Homo habilis, Homo neanderthalensis. All the people came around 1.8 million years ago and bearing land bridges. This is called Beringia. What do you know Beringia? Actually, if you look at this Asia's map, this is we can say West Asia. This is East Asia. This is East Asia. So here we are having Siberia. What is that? Siberia. Siberia is the one of the local cold places, cold area in the Russia, northern part of Russia. That's called Siberia. So eastern, this is called Eastern Siberia and also called Beringia. What is that? Beringia. And here we have Alaska. Here we have Alaska. Alaska in North America. Today in the, let us say, it's a part of the Canada, near Canada only. So during the Ice Age, which is Ice Age, there was the Ice Age. I told you there are different four glacial ages and interglacial ages. Don't need to worry about all these things. Just remember there was an Ice Age. During the Ice Age, the water, wherever the Pacific Ocean water and Atlantic, all the water covered with the ice. It is become a cold water, snow, like ice water. And when they became ice water, during around 20,000 to 15,000 years ago, around 15,000 to 20,000 years ago, the human being migrated from Asia to North America through the bridge is called Beringia. What is that? Beringia. This is the bridge, ice bridge between the Siberia and Alaska. Alaska today in America, it's part of America, but actually it's near the Canada only. Near the Canada. It belongs to USA only, Alaska. North America purchased from Russia. They have taken this land. Alaska actually belongs to Russia only, but later on the United States of America purchased this land from the Russia. Okay, now this bridge is acted as a connecting bridge for the Homo, our early ancestor, Homo sapiens they moved out of this Asia to North America. From this they went to South America around 15 to 20,000 years ago. This is also, we have Central America. This is called Central America. This is South America. South America can be also called as Latin America. So in this way, human being originated in Africa. From then they migrated to different part of Asia, different species. Our early ancestor Australopithecus, and they are called in India, they are called Ramapithecus, Shivapithecus. Different names were given to this species. So Australopithecus, Homo habilis, then Homo neanderthal, Homo erectus, and Homo sapiens. These all species they migrated out of Africa and reached different part of the continent, part of the continent, Asia, Europe, around 1.8 million years ago, and almost 1.8 means 18 lakhs years ago. 18 lakhs years ago. From there, they crossed the Asia to America when the glacial age, ice age, during the ice age, to the place is called Beringia. What is that? Beringia. So this is called Beringia in this place. So through this Beringia, they crossed this, Asia and entered the North America. And there, I told 1498, 1492, when Columbus was trying to find the sea route to India, through this, instead of coming this side, he went to this side and reached North America. This part of North America he reached. This part of North America, because this side Europe is there. So he reached and felt that I reached India, and he called the people who are in red color, and he called red Indians. In this way, so people migrated from Africa to Asia, Europe, and North America and South America. So this is the out of Africa theory. What is this theory, Nana? Out of Africa theory. Migration of early humans from Africa to different parts of the world. It took place around different years. So we can say that human being evolved. They separated from the early monkeys and became early apes. We can say primates and apes, and slowly they evolved and they migrated to Europe and Asia and North America and South America, to some extent to Australia around 50,000 to 60,000 years ago. They migrated to Australia also due to they invented some sailboats and etc., and they reached Australia also. So this is the migration of the Europe, migration of Asia, migration of North America. They are different color, you can see that. So it indicates that. And the early humans, Homo erectus, first evolved in Africa. They gradually migrated to different parts of the world in search of food, water, better living condition. Why they migrated? In search of food, in search of better living condition, in search of water. Because of all this reason, the human being evolved. Because during the ice age, some part of the Africa covered with the snow also. So there was no trees to get the food, nuts and seeds. So in search of food, in search of water, our early ancestors migrated out of Africa through land route to Europe, Asia to North America to South America, and here too they came to India and Australia also. So this is the different paths evolved during our early days. Early humans evolved like this. So this is called out of Africa theory. Okay, I hope you understood this. And moving to so out of scientists believe that same I have already explained. So how do we know about our ancestor? How do we know how they? Because our ancestors also, our early ancestor, they came to different part of the Asia, Europe, I told you. But how they came to India? So archaeologists study the remains. Study the remains and object of left behind by early humans. So by studying their bones, human and animal bones give a clues about their diet, health and way of life. So it is mostly done by our archaeologists and anthropologists. They are the masters of the excavation activities. I told you in our previous videos, coming videos, Indus Valley civilization. It's a great earliest civilization in India. Of course, then we have Mesopotamian civilization, Sumerian civilization also called. Then we have Egyptian civilization in Egypt, and then we have Chinese civilization in China also, near the bank of Huanghe or Yellow River. So all this excavation done by the archaeologists, how the archaeologists found that, see, what are the remains they found? Bones, one of the clue. Bones will give the clue. Stone tools and pottery, fireplaces and ancient settlements. So the human animal bones give the clue about their diet, health and how they live. And stone tools like hand axes, cleavers and flake, how our early humans hunted, cut, they crafted. Pottery, pots and vessels tell us about the cooking, storing of food, everything. So fireplace, remains of ashes and burnt, bones show that early humans discovered using the fire. Who is the Homo erectus discovered the fire? Homo erectus. Ancient settlement, ruins of houses. Ruins of houses, wells and other structures help us to understand how early humans lived together. So this will tell you the story. This discoveries help us to archaeologists to reconstruct the early humans. How? So this is called reconstruction of early humans. Reconstruction of the early humans. So for 9th class student, this topic little bit difficult only, but I can understand you. Just remember. So how our archaeologists reconstructing the history? Which one is first? Who came first? Who came last? Everything. So we are doing some dating methods, carbon dating method, potassium dating methods. So dendrochronology, different archaeological techniques and tools. They are come under the prehistory only, prehistoric or archaeology only. So we are by dating, carbon dating, by doing bones and by looking at the stone tools, by looking at their pottery, by looking at their fireplaces where they use fire, and by looking at their ancient settlement like houses, fire, pottery, stone tools, hand axes, and their bones, skulls, everything. So in this way, the archaeologist and the anthropologist will come to know who came first and who came last and how, and by looking at all of these things, they reconstruct the human history. Now, before going to wind up this class, I want to ask you one more simple question. What is the connected, which land is connected Asia and North America? Which land? That is called Siberia, and it is also called Beringia. During the Ice Age, whatever the water is there in the Bering Strait or Bering Sea, it was got cold and it became a ice bridge between the two continents. One is Asia and the North America. In this way, people migrated from one continent to another continent. That name is called Beringia. What is that? Beringia. With this, I am concluding this class. Thank you all.